Welcome back to Get Better, Not Bitter. I'm your host, Carmen Caruso, and today we're talking about toxic relationships. Let's start 2019 off right with no more toxic relationships. So, these folks are really toxic people. We know this. That's why a relationship is toxic with them. They can wreak havoc on your mental, emotional, and physical health. These are the kind of people that are super judgmental. They like to create drama. They like to gaslight you. These are the people who will hit you up only when they need something from you or want something from you. And they are also using positive and negative reinforcement, which also ties into the gaslighting. So basically, they're demonizing you and then glorifying you, and it leaves you completely confused as to what is really going on, which is kind of their objective in it. So with toxic folks, you have to remember that boundaries mean nothing to them. They will not respect your boundaries, and they will just blow right through them. And this is a great sign for you. There's something good here, that when you see someone treating you with no respect for your boundaries, oh, okay, you don't respect my boundaries. That shows me where your respect for me ends. So if I'm doing what you want, and then I say it comes to a point where it doesn't coincide with a boundary, oh, and now you're going to throw a fit about it, and you're going to behave disrespectfully. So let's say you go to address this, boundary destruction, and what they end up doing is deflecting. They project it onto you. They're like blame shifters. It's really ridiculous to when you stand back and look at it with an objective perspective. From when you're trying to discuss this, they're out of control. They're like, what are you blaming me for? You did X, Y, and Z, which you may or may not have done, but it's deflecting from the point that you're trying to make with them. Like, hey, you disrespected my boundary, you ignored it, and we're talking about that right now. So, and it's not just with boundaries, it's with whatever issue may be at hand that you are trying to discuss reasonably with them to improve your relationship, because deep down, these people don't want to improve the relationship with you. So, going on social media and blocking them is 1000% okay. I know a lot of folks would feel just so, oh, I feel so guilty. I'm being so mean. Really? Toss it out. Just toss it out. I know that we are conditioned to make allowances, especially for family members and maybe close friends. Oh, we've been friends for so long. We're family. This is cousin so-and-so. This is my auntie, my uncle. No, even moms and dads. If they're toxic, it's okay to cut them out. There's nothing wrong with wanting healthy, happy, functional relationships. So if you're feeling guilty over that, please try to keep that in check and follow through with it. Blocking them on social media or blocking their phone number so they can't contact you is okay. It's okay to take time to heal from those wounds. You're not Superwoman or Superman. So just when you see the positivity from not having the toxic person in your life, you're going to realize that feeling guilty over blocking them from your life is really needless and something that you are conditioned to do. It's okay to recondition, to rewire yourself, to allow respectful, healthy relationships into your life. Which brings me to my next point. Look at what your family cycles are. What were you raised with? What was your normalcy? Is it respectful, healthy relationships where people are not trying to tear you down or use you? Or is it those folks that are trying to tear you down and use you because they don't want you to do better than they're doing? Or they're just jealous. They're really internally unhappy, so they're going to project that onto you. So it can't be them. It must be you. So, what was your family life like? Is this a norm for you? How many times have you met the same person in a different physical form? I can tell you it's happened to me. It happened to me for years. And it took a lot for me to finally realize, hey, wait a minute. I need to have a different vetting process of who I allow into my life. And it doesn't mean it's not going to hurt to cut certain people out of your life, but it will, in the long run, be better for you. Maybe when you have the time that you've had the time to heal and to become better, to evolve as a better you, you can come back and revisit this relationship and give it another shot. Maybe you never will. Either way, that's 100%, 1000% okay. Taking the time to heal from your wounds is absolutely acceptable. And sometimes that means cutting people out that are toxic. Just please learn from the process. Know that there's like 1 in 5 of these people, the toxic people that you're going to meet. So there's a lot of them out there. But please remember to be graceful with yourself. You're learning something new. So another thing that toxic people do, toxic relationships, is they're really passive aggressive. And if you know me, you know I cannot stand passive aggression. It is another part of gaslighting. It is just wreaks havoc on a relationship. In addition to that, these folks keep a running tally of all the stuff that they do for you, even if you're not asking for it. They're like, hey, I did X, Y, and Z for you. Why aren't you doing what I want? Why aren't you accepting my behavior because I've done all this stuff for you? It's ridiculous. And you're sitting there, you're kind of blindsided. Because oftentimes that's how they deliver it. It's a blindsider. It's inside your head. It's hurtful. It's like getting just zinged. Oh, I hate that. So they will just sit there and keep that tally and then try to use it to manipulate you into doing what they want or accepting toxic behavior from them. And you know what? It's okay to just say no. It is okay to honor your boundaries. It is okay to advocate for yourself. And if you are having a hard time, a real struggle with cutting people out of your life because you do love them, you are an authentic person, you are not living unauthentically like your toxic cohort, it's okay to seek help. I encourage you to do so. Find a therapist in your area that will help you work through why you're making the choices that you're making, what kind of cycle is your norm, and how to rewire yourself to make better, healthier relationship choices. No woman or man is an island. We need help from other folks, and that's okay. The point that I'm trying to drive home here is that it's okay to cut out the negativity and the toxicity from your life, and it's okay to want healthy, loving relationships where you're mutually respected. So I really encourage you to look forward and move forward in those relationships. And if you need help, please, by all means, find some professional help, a therapist in your area to do so. So I hope that you all are having a wonderful new year. 2019 will be fantastic if you want it to be. I want to thank you for listening to my video and watching it. If it helped you and you liked it, please leave comments, hit the like button. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.